Good morning. Hi there. I'm Rachel Richardson. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to have you kind of close to my face because I'm outside and it's a little breezy. And I don't know how that will affect the sound quality here. So I just wanted to spend some time today. I'm going to be doing my morning meditation right along with y'all. And the thing I'm thinking about, I went to see a wonderful musical over the last weekend, and I actually went to see it twice. Once was because I have a friend who is like my theater angel. Her name is Carrie. So when she has an extra ticket to a show or something comes up, she will send me a message and say, I know this is a long shot and short notice, but would you like to come see this show with us? In this case, it was her and her oldest daughter, Maya. So we went to see Come From Away by 3B Productions here in the Toledo area, and the show was at the Maumee Indoor Theater. So I went to see it a week ago, last Friday. And then I told a friend about it the next day, and he said, well, let's go see it tonight. So I went to see it again on last Saturday. So the music is fresh in my mind, and some of the just very beautiful, heartwarming messages of the show. Talk about bittersweet. If you know anything about the show, it's a beautiful story. So there's one part that has been in my mind. I don't want to give you the whole synopsis of the show, but there's a part where there are people who are, I'll just say they're coming off of buses into a completely foreign place. They don't know where they are. They don't know how long they'll be there. They don't know who they will meet when they leave the buses. They've already had a very stressful day. Some of them, actually more than a day. They've been stuck on an airplane for days, hours and days. Some of them, many of them international, not knowing even to speak English. So there is a part where someone is holding a Bible. And if you know me, you know that I don't know anything about the Bible. Very, very little. But this part in the story, this man finds that the Bible, here comes the wind. The Bible is a tool for sort of like a universal communication. And he points out a passage to these people who are terrified. And the passage says something along the lines of, be not anxious, as in, don't be afraid. And I have been thinking about that because it's so easy to walk around with an undercurrent of fear and anxiety and bracing and wondering and preparing. Here comes the wind again. I really hope that you guys can hear me. And it came to me in the show and also through some other circumstances in my life recently. Again, shout out to my friend Heidi, who I'll be spending the weekend with this weekend, and I'm very excited about that. And I will remind her, be not anxious. Don't be afraid. In this moment, there's nothing to be afraid of. And this moment leads to the next moment, to the next moment, to the next moment, and then you look back and you're like, whoa, none of those moments required fear. None of them did. And I am just really, really trying to lean into that. None of these moments require fear. They require presence. They require thoughtfulness. They require openness. They require a clear head as much as possible. Whatever moment, even if the moment does have some fear attached to it, it still also requires all those things I just mentioned. So today, before I go and spend the morning with Heidi, one of my many angels, and my sister-in-law Megan, another angel, where we will be tending to flowers and decorations and cultivating joy around a wedding. I will remind myself that none of these moments require fear. So as I consider that, I'm going to close my eyes, and I will encourage you to do the same. If you can, place your feet on the floor or the ground. Find your roots. Find your roots either from the bottom of your feet or the bottom of your seat. And think about what your roots look like. I think about that now. Now that my friend Denise asked me that question, I think about what my roots look like. And I have recently dug up some trees and saw that their roots are so straight down, strong into the ground, which is what is required of them. And I'm trying now to spread my roots out a little bit more. Maybe not to be shallow, they can still be deep, but rather than just one root that goes straight into the earth, I want a root system. I want a root system. I have spent a lot of my life feeling very isolated and solitary, and like I was the root. I was the only root. And now I feel the need in this age or season to develop a broader root system. So I'm going to sit here for a minute and take some deep breaths and visualize that. And as the breeze blows over me in my backyard, I'm going to remember that I'm not knocked over. I'm not knocked over by that breeze because my roots are in the ground. I can experience the breeze. I can let it pass over me, around me. But ultimately, it can't knock me over. And while the primary object is the breath, there's no harm in tuning into the birds around me now and the sound of the breeze, even the sound of the garbage truck going down a nearby street, knowing that I am here steadfast while all of those things happen around me, and that I have no reason to be afraid of anything. Just taking some slow, deliberate breaths. I was sitting yesterday in my meditation group that I won't be able to go to this morning, and someone asked, how long do you meditate a day? Or how long is a sit? And our teacher said, 30 minutes, which is, she's been meditating for 30 years and she's a teacher, so and not to say that I don't take meditation seriously, but that 30 minutes for her is easy. I don't know if that's the right word, but I think you get what I'm saying. For a person who maybe is experienced, but also, I'm certainly not a novice. I don't know what the word is that I'm waiting for here, but anyway, for me it's more like 2 or 3 times a day I sit for 5 or 10 minutes. I rarely sit for an entire 20 minutes or half an hour by myself. If I'm in a group, maybe. There are some really cool birds on my feeder right now, and this is why I have a hard time sitting for a half an hour, because I get distracted by all the cool things going on around me. I've got house finches, I've got woodpeckers, I've got nuthatches. Anyway, back to the breath. And that's another beautiful thing about meditation, and something my teacher says. No matter how many times we drift, you can always get back to the breath. 1 time, 100 times, just perfect. So the breath is the primary object. I'm going to let this video go until it's 11 minutes long. In the next 30 seconds, I want to say to you, thank you for joining me. You can like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like. You can keep on sitting, keep on paying attention to the breath. And just remember, be not anxious. At least give yourself a few minutes a day where you don't have to be afraid of anything. All right. Peace out.